As we earlier met, I think we promised to talk about a different topic.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, shall we start with a different topic? Do you have any particular topic that we can share put our thoughts
No,
into
I
it?
don't have any topic. Any, you can see such a markup topic. We can talk if you have any topic. You can
Okay,
offer me.
just give me a second. Okay, let's talk about the mobile phones.
Phone.
Yeah, mobile phones. Just because yesterday I saw in the news bulletin, some countries are making regulations to ban the young children under 16 uh, the use of mobile phones, especially social media and sort of things. And how would you see
Right.
this? How do you?
Yeah, it's a,
Yeah,
I would say very commendable step. So you mentioned that there are some countries which are considering for prevention of using the phone. So let me inform you, it's Australia, and even some extent it is a budget in the United States of America that we should restrict the phone to the classroom. Even in India, there are the certain state, for example Delhi, and even Delhi, Himachal Pradesh. So these are the states which, in the past, they thought and to brought the, I mean, to bring the rules. But so far in India, it's not such a province. But yes, most of the countries they are thinking. European countries they are thinking to ban the phone from the classroom. That is the nice step. Nice in the sense that because our purpose to go our college and I mean the school is just to gain the education, not using the TikTok there in the school classes. So we should away from there. And of course, like what happens sometimes, we search a lot of the things even in the school on our phone. So let's decide to the government what government decide in the respective of the country, because they are the good one to decide and to make the policies for their own country. But in our country, I think as a democracy it's not possible in our country, because we have a diverse point of view, diverse thought process that how we will implement, because we have the huge population which is not so possible in India. But I would suggest that if these kind of policies come to India, we are most welcome for such a policies.
yeah. The scientists are making a point just when children are using the mobile phones for a longer period of time. So they're talking about the screen time. Even on our mobile phones, in the settings there's a setting called screen time, and we can check how often we use the mobile phone a day on a daily basis and things like that. So nowadays, children around the world they they use mobile phones
Right.
most of the time,
That,
even in their
that
schools during yeah, even in the classrooms they use. That's why the governments are sometimes planning uh, to enforce these laws. Yeah, it affects definitely. It affects the mental health of the
that's
students. Yeah, then now we are sort of grown up people. So we have passed that age, difficult age. But this is especially because the children under 16 and under 13 like that. So, I mean, when they were born, they were born with this technology. They were quite used to this technology. Right, even in my home, I experienced this when my wife wants to feed the kids. The easiest option she has is to give the mobile phone, hand the phone to them, and is letting them to see a video. And now she can start feeding those feeding the kids. So yeah, in that news, I kept watching that news. There's some scientific researches also, based on these decisions, based on scientific, data collections and everything, analyzed analytical things. Yeah, what the scientists are telling to prove that watching a lot of using a lot of spending a lot of time on this in front of a screen, it counts not only the mobile phones. So people just think when we talk about screen time, it's only about spending time in front of a mobile device. Sometimes TV should be included, right? Your PC, mobile phones. So if young people spend a lot of time in front of a camera or mirror screen, yeah, they tend to have mentally unstable. Sometimes they could uh, end up having mental issues.
Yes,
So
right.
that's a problem.
Correct.
That's why
Yes,
they want to impose those laws.
yes,
Yeah.
true.
At the same time, let me include this too. At the same time, what they are suggesting, the people who oppose this idea, saying sometimes uh, in the same news, I got to know back in 2011, South Korean government tried to ban the students from using the mobile phones at night times during night time. So it's kind of backfired just because uh, children started using the phone at daytime. So they finally, after uh, analyzing this data, it was revealed that they started watching using mobile phones more than it was earlier.
Right.
Daytime
Yes,
they have used much time. They used a lot of uh, screen time during that
yes,
time. And at the same time, if the other people, like the software companies, like technological companies, they're trying to give like age verification like that. But it's also people are not sure how it's going to work, just because maybe they can introduce age verification, but still child can uh, provide wrong details about your age, right?
yes,
And they can
right.
still log on.
Yes, correct. Yes, in India recently, it is around 3 to 4 months back. Our education ministry at the central level, and they conducted I mean the survey. So that survey is state very shocking result that 56% of the student, those who are the school going student, they're using the phone, and their productivity level of education in terms of the quality, it's a worst. They are not keeping the focus on their educations, getting the qualitative education. They are more engaged in their uh, using the phone even while having the classes in the school. And most of the time where they are spending, it's a gaming and Instagram, where they scroll the reels. Gaming and the Instagram, these are the two, I think, very crucial component of using the phone as of now across the world. So which is very much prevalent in India too, where the children are even what happens sometimes, if anyone like the small kids, if we talk about those the kids, when they cry, so what happened that the parents give the pass out the phone to them, and the children's and the kids that very much stop. So that is the fascinable to see that how the so much the obsession is there for the phone for everyone, not just about to be the young or the kids. Even nowadays you look at the aging people, they are also very much engrossed in I mean the using the phones and
Sure.
screening the reels.
So whenever we have free time, we try to look at the screen and the notification, and we spend a lot of time on it. But I think we
Correct.
can manage it. Still, we can manage it. We know how to use it and how to control it sometimes, because we have passed that age. Yeah, especially the problem arises when it comes to the young children. Yeah,
No,
I
like
yeah
yes,
uh, yeah. I think when we make decisions, like the policymakers or the government, I can they do. I mean, these plans or these new laws should be actually research based. Should be research based rather than
yes,
it's true that there's a public awareness that mobile phones should be not banned, but the use must be restricted.
yes,
So there
yes.
are
So
lots of
but
options that a government or tech companies could make. For example, like you mentioned about the TikTok, like you know, I think you may have heard, the TikTok belongs to a Chinese company, and
Yes,
that same company uh, does not allow the children in China to use
China.
TikTok, but they have the different version as well. And I think I also came to know on a video the Chinese TikTok for children. They allow just 1 or 1.5 hour a day for children, and the content is usually made up of educational value. For example, these, the algorithms always show educational and scientific uh, videos and content. So that is really, they're protecting their children in that way.
Right.
I think other countries
Yes,
should also, yeah, that is why some countries completely ban social media, uh, and the use of mobile phones under 16. It's true, but the law can be there, the law can be enforced, but uh, the children at home, use their phones um, with or without the permission of parents at the same time. So it
yeah.
cannot be sometimes counted.
Yes, this is the era of the technology, and the bar will be not happen on the ground. It will be over the technology. What happened? China, as you mentioned, that China doesn't allow to use the phone, indiscriminately. What is the China? In the China, the TikTok is not so prevalent. Even in India, also we banned TikTok in 2020 when we had the Galwan Valley incidents. So that time we banned the TikTok and some other social media platform of the Chinese government. Even the same thing is also applied in the USA. China is trying to drain the mindset, you can say emerging mindset of the youth of India. So that is why it is playing, very dirty game. And even in what happened in China, I have heard about that whenever in the Chinese, there's a one version of the Chinese app. So whenever the children they try to scroll the reels, so they generally get the reels regardless of the science and text, which which you can say the inculcate their knowledge about the science and tech. They don't that's we can see the uh, radiate the content which can even drain their knowledge. So they just filter out the all contents whatever are there on their app. And same thing is also happening in the USA. Because in the USA the TikTok is you can say the allowed, and but the same thing is not allowed in the China. So
Yeah.
how it is, and look at the from scientific perspective, how the China is growing scientific way, and we all nations are behind of the China.
Yeah,
Why?
that is
Because
right.
China is pulling its the I mean the you can see the talented.
Yeah, they are making, measures, taking steps to protect their country. Yeah,
Because there is no democracy in the China. Who will oppose to? The person who will oppose that will be going to hell.
yeah, it's true, it's true. That's about, a little bit politics things. Okay, and yeah, at the same time, the tech companies are complaining because if if the governments are going to make these policies uh, very soon, uh, they will also have some problems related to contents, right?
Yeah.
I mean, lots of interesting contents are made by these young users, right?
Okay.
I mean, they are very creative, especially children are very creative, around 16, 15, they're really creative people. It's just when we were young, actually we were very creative, very active, very productive those days. Yeah, so always nice, the young people can bring more creative things. We also can be, all people can also be creative, but young people have that, the content, the creativity in them, and they try out different things. So mobile companies, these companies is also uh, be going to face some problems, short of contents on their platforms. So it's also a research, uh, the data found out on a research.
Yes. So in the Sri Lanka, what kind of the apps are there which the children generally? use.
Yeah, that is why I was really keen and interested in that news. In Sri Lanka, people, is also democracy. Sometimes democracy uh, is in the sense of, I mean, literally it's democracy. Truly, it's questionable sometimes. Yeah, mm, because sometimes it's really hard when there's democracy to rule a country. Everybody is talking about democracy and everything. Um, People are, we use TikTok in Sri Lanka, but there's a debate ongoing. TikTok in Sri Lanka and all the social media platforms are available in Sri Lanka. People use it. I think it's making some damage. It has been making some damage to the children's brain. And most of the time, this maybe the data isn't available, but I think very young people followers of these platforms. I think they could spend a lot of time on the educational improvement and the success, but still a lot of young people use these platforms like TikTok uh, and Facebook, right? So I think it's like a cow without being tied into a right by rope. Yeah, if you should allow a cow to be free, I mean, it doesn't know what to eat and it would eat everything around you. In the same way, I think there's kind of my personal view is there should be kind of guidelines, a restriction. Children under 16, 15, 13, young children commonly, like what China is doing. They try to,
Yes.
yeah, other countries could do this. Uh, Also, like YouTube, it's no problem. I have there's a lot of good contents that children can learn, but you can also add some uh, limitations, restrictions to these kind of platforms. And some application I think should be TikTok. I think for young children under 16, I think it's not necessary. It's useless, right? You can do the same type of activity or creative thing. You can record something on your mobile phone and you can perform it in a school stage where you
Right.
physically actually experience.
Yes. Yes. But at the last, I would like to add one thing that it is also parents' responsibility to keep the budget on the children. That what kind of the social media platforms they are driving. Everything is not depend upon the government because government also has some own responsibilities. If government put a lot of the restrictions, so people will say government is going to be the autocracy and there's no democracy. So government has to look at each and everything. So parents also has the have the responsibility to keep the focus on that. uh, to me, I haven't used any social media platform except Skype and WhatsApp. WhatsApp for the families and Skype for my practice. Otherwise, I don't use any social media platforms. Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok when it was not when in India, I didn't use at all.
Yeah, my case is completely different. I wanted to try out these everything, and whether it's good or bad, I can make good comments on it if I'm using it, right? To get that experience, I tried all these apps. For example, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook. I need to be on Facebook because of I give tuition and I want to advertise, right, my
Mm.
tuition classes. And just so I want to expand my customer base or the the user base. So there, in that sense, I'm on Facebook. At the same time, it will also this sometimes the platform could help you in a business way. That
Right.
is why for young children this might not be helpful, but I think it's all around the world. My many users, millions of users are using this, especially right if you want to uh, give publicity or start up something as business. I think these platforms really will really be helpful in the sense of
Right.
that. I follow these uh, platforms. I use TikTok. I use sometimes I create videos just to
No,
get just to make uh, more public my content, and I want to grow my YouTube channels also. So in that sense, I try to be on these platforms. Other at the same time, I think if I don't try to be on these platforms, we would be kind of outdated things that's with the young children,
right.
the young generation, and what they are doing and what they are into. We should also have some kind of imagination. Uh, what they are, what the young children are up to, and what the next generation are going to do. I think that kind of cling we can be there on social media.
Got it.
Okay,
So
we yeah.
you also have created on YouTube channel. So would you upload this session?
Sorry.
And so you also have created your own channels.
Yeah.
When did you start your channel?
Uh, I think yeah. It was long ago. I started this channel during the COVID-19 pandemic.